Your technical issues. Can you guys hear me? Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Let's see if anyone can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay. I cannot see the comments. I'm having an issue. I'm going to pull up, if you guys give me just a couple more minutes and you want to hang with me, I'm going to try to see if I can pull you up on my phone. I don't know why this is happening. It just kept saying cannot connect, cannot connect. It just kept saying. Okay. All right, the good news is I can hear you on my, or I can see you on my phone. My comments are super tiny, so it might be more of a challenge for me to actually see. I'm locked out of my iPad. It's just like one of those things where I tried at the very last minute to connect and it just wouldn't say. Anyway, thank you and hello and hi everybody. Nice to see you here. Hi Tammy and Patricia, Sharon, Cheryl, Carrie, and Carrie. And I think Vandana is here somewhere, I hope. So nice to see you guys here. I want to start off by saying thanks for being so patient. It's a long time to wait for a live that doesn't happen. And I tried everything to get that to hurry. If for some reason I lose you during this stream, could you please back out of my channel and come back in, and there may be a new live stream. I don't know why it's doing this, but it's I'm definitely having an issue, and I'm not able to see. Hi Melanie, a happy anniversary. Well, it's my 2-year painting anniversary, you guys. Not my 2-year channel anniversary, but just 2 years I've been painting, and that's pretty significant to me. If you guys haven't watched my last video, I did a kind of a tribute and showed my first pour paintings. They were really, really awful. But, you know, it was fun. I want to say thank you to my patrons. I did also thank them in the last video, but and all the people who joined me last week were my super chat superstars who donated. Thank you for continuing this channel, because without you I could not do it, literally. I'm going to make this part quick since I wasted so much of your time. A couple things that Arteza sent me that I really want to show you really quick. Have you guys seen these yet? I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit without losing you, hopefully. Let me see if I do. Tony, I know, right? Rita, no, I don't have a background in art. I've only been painting for 2 years. So this is my second anniversary of painting, not my YouTube channel, which I started only a year and a half ago. But, yeah, It's pretty cool the way it's all kind of unfolded, and you can see in my last video, I even show my old paint setup, my initial paint setup, and my studio like kitchen table and all that stuff. So, two things you're gonna see in the future coming up on my channel, and I can't wait to do this. But have you guys seen these really cool? These are Arteza's black paper, mixed media paper for dry media, and they fold into a frame. So these are so cool, you guys. So what happens is the sheet is just, it looks just black. In fact, I could just open one for you. But this one is probably the one that, unless you do other kinds of media, this is probably the one that you'll use. But this is for acrylic and oil painting. What it does is it creates its own frame, yo. It's so cool. So, and I think, I don't know if these will be appropriate for pour painting, okay? But sometimes I show you guys things that I know that I'm going to want to use at some point, regardless of whether it's pour painted or not. These are for acrylic paints, oil painting, but you can kind of see each sheet. It's really heavy. These would be probably. So can you see the little? I'm gonna see if you can see the little lines here. So it folds into a 3D. You paint right here, and then it folds into its own frame. It's so cool. I can't wait to use this. I think that's so cool. Arteza has, this is their black paper framed ones, and it's a little bit smaller. And I think, and they sent me these white pens, accent pens. They're just gel pens. And I found them to be very easy to use. I used them on that little tree project I showed last week, and they come in different sizes, the 0.6, the 0.8, and the 1.0, so small, medium, and large. And they work really good. They're very silky. They didn't clump up or act weird like some of the white gel pens, so I really like those, and they're very opaque. So I wanted to just show you that real quick. And I know, isn't that cool, Ginger? Really quick, I'm gonna see if I can get you on my iPad, because if I can, it's just gonna be so much nicer for me to be able to see you. I want to try to see the comments and everything. Here we go. Make sure you're on live chat mode. This is what live chat mode looks like. See, I get a little option for top chat and live chat. I hit live chat mode, and that way I get to kind of see the comments. Speaking of paint, look at my iPad. It's yeah, it's seen better days for sure, but let me just make sure the volume's all the way down, and also the Bluetooth needs to be turned off for this one because I don't want it to start doing some weird feedback stuff. So, did you guys know that whenever you come back, you can always hit this little live button right here, and that'll take you right to wherever the video currently is? I've wanted to show that forever, but it's just a little live function. So those are some things that hopefully will help you. Okay, second thing is Counterculture DIY sent me this box, and I started to open it, and I'm like, nope, I should actually unbox that online. Counterculture DIY is the people I've been raving about their resin. I love art resin too, but I've had just amazing results with this resin, and it doesn't make me feel itchy and weird, and I love that. So, okay. Let me just pop this stuff out of here so we can kind of show what there is. So I am doing a resin project for Christmas, and I'm going to have these beautiful little jewelry dishes, little trinket dishes that I'm making, and they're going to include resin, and I'm going to partner with these guys. Now they sent me some dispersion colors. This looks like Merlot, Ebony, Peach, White Snow, and then this must be the epoxy pigment right here. I don't know if any of you have tried these before. White and black alcohol ink. And then I want to real quick see what this is. But I love this resin, you guys. You know me, I'm not like a huge resin person, but when I used this resin, it was really thick. It didn't have very many air bubbles in it either. That was the other thing I thought was amazing. So, look at those mica powders. Those are really pretty. Bora Bora Autumn Spice. I can't wait. So, and I'll use this stuff in my resin project for Christmas, and I will show you probably in an edited video, because resin, I have to wear a mask. Even when I use this resin, I still have to wear a mask. So, okay, that's all the stuff, the new products I wanted to show you. Now let's talk about our pours. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen some of these, but this is one I'm sure you haven't seen. This is from last week. And no, you guys, that paper is not good for pouring, but it's great for painting with oils and acrylics. And they also make a watercolor paper. If you're into watercolor, they make a watercolor frame, DIY frame too, which I thought was really cool. But look at this painting, you guys. This is done with the Space Gray by Arteza. I am in love with that Space Gray color. And I keep thinking, what am I gonna do with this? Like, I know that probably a lot of you think, oh, it's done right now just the way it is, but truthfully, I have this idea still for embellishment, and so that's probably what I'm gonna do. And it has a really smooth and beautiful finish. I was right in choosing that pouring medium that I chose last week for the Prism pours. For those of you who missed last week, I did Prism pours. That was the metallics, the ultra metallics by Color Art. They dry so gorgeous. And here is the results. First, I want to show you the first one that we did was the... Yeah, actually that resin is heat resistant, and it's resistant to like 500 degrees or something. If it's not this one, they have a whole array of different resins, different viscosities, and for all sorts of different things. This is just the artist resin, and this is the one that I really enjoyed using. Anyway, look at this painting. And I just want to show you, if you can see, it is so, so pretty. That Prism pour, man, I want the light to catch this. It's not happening right now. Let's try moving the light right here. See if I can get it. And just from far away, you can kind of see, but wow, it's so pretty. The Prism pour is by far the most glittery metallic I've used besides Goldens. So look, oh, there we go. Look where my thumb is right here. I'm trying to get that little sparkle back again. I saw it on camera for a second. Oh, my camera picks up. So yeah, Tara, it did okay with the pouring medium added, and I think part of it is the pouring medium I chose. I didn't use Floetrol. I used the Mod Podge and the GAC 800 pouring medium, and there's something about that one that's really, really, it's just so luxuriously silky, the drying, and it's so, so pretty. So that's that one. And if you guys, like I said, if you follow me on Facebook or, you know, Instagram, you've probably already seen that. But now, here's the sisters. You guys remember the little sisters? I'm so in love with this painting. Oh my gosh. Look at these. And again, this is ridiculous in terms of the shininess. So, so pretty. And I'm going to try to look at that shine. This has not been varnished, y'all. Look at how shiny that is right there. And these ones sold immediately. I've just been waiting for them to cure a little bit so I could varnish them. But, you know, man, it's like they are just so pretty, just like they are. And that was the little dips that we did. I really, really love these ones. So, welcome, Rochelle. Thank you for coming. You know, Mod Podge, it's not the cheapest. It's not, but it does, mixed with the GAC 800, it's really, really beautiful. Okay. You guys want to see my tray? This is ridiculous, y'all. I have too many. Okay, I just want to say I'm not a paint addict, okay? It's just that I had so many paints left over, and each week I keep not using the paints. Oh, I said your name right, Rochelle. Okay, good. But this is ridiculous. Look. Ah, I know. There's like something wrong with me right now. But I just couldn't. There were some that were just, I had mixed up already. I do want to say a lot of these colors are Arteza's colors, and every time I use them, I'm like, I forget how pigmented they are and how pretty they are. That's the Pearl Amethyst Purple. To make this Periwinkle color, and this is how you do Periwinkle, Crimson Red, Ultramarine Blue, and White. And that's how I made this Periwinkle color. Really pretty. And then another color I really liked was their Pastel Pearl Green. And look at that. It's so like fresh and springy. And then I used their Burnt Umber, which is here. And then these are all mixed with so many ridiculous. Okay, so there's the Floetrol. There is Mod Podge pouring medium. And then some of these are mixed with, oh my gosh, glue, the glue pouring medium. So the downside is that I have no idea which ones are which. And so I'm just going to play it by ear today. And one thing I wanted to say is part of the color inspiration for today for the Periwinkle was Pieces of Terra. She's here right now, actually, in our chat. Pieces of Terra. And I was watching her video. If you have not seen her channel yet, please go to her channel. Please go to her channel and subscribe and give her some love. She is putting a lot of effort and work into her videos, and her paintings are beautiful. You can follow her on Instagram as well, but you gotta go give her some love and watch some of her beautiful pieces. And you'll see she did one, I think, that was inspired by Molly's artistry with the Periwinkle, and I think Rinska maybe. I think I heard that on your videos. I'm just making some more white really quick while I can, while we talk. I need some, I'm just going to use Floetrol and keep it easy. I don't know, you can see this is all very, very scientific here. Now I'm gonna shake. I'm not a big Dutch pour person, but sometimes I feel like it would be fun to try a blowout. I don't think my paints are thin enough today to do it, but okay. This whole bunch of colors, I don't know. I'm gonna back up a little bit because my canvas is big and I want my colors to also be seen a little bit. Part of me wants to just see on a small canvas. I don't know, I'm scared of this periwinkle, if you want to know the truth. I'm really scared of it. I'm just scared to do a big canvas because it just seems so daunting. I don't know, because that color is like gray. And, you know, I don't know. But I think part of what I need to do is do the half and half canvas or something like that. So I'm going to start by at least doing that. Let me get my gloves on. I also... You're welcome, Tara. You're very welcome. You know, Moose Crazy, like I was saying, my paints, I don't think they're thin enough for a blowout. Really. Glenda says, don't be scared. They're pretty, I mix my paints pretty thick because I think that my balloon rolls stay better when they're like that. I'm actually going to put a little bit of water with this though, because it needs a little tiny bit of water. Hi, Angela. Oh, Tammy. Tammy, you're so supportive. You always think I can do it, though, no matter what. You know, I get scared of stuff, too. And I guess the worst comes to worst, like I say to all of you, you can always just scrape it off. But nobody wants to scrape it off. I would hate to scrape it off live. Okay. Yeah, this is still kind of thick, especially compared to the white. I just want to make sure that the white I use and this one are about the same consistency here. I know I don't have to use a ton of it, but like, I really want to use it. I mean, I really want to. Here we go. Tammy, I'm well versed in scraping too. What you guys don't realize is go back to my very, very first videos and you will see how much I used to scrape. A lot. Now I've gotten to the point where I hardly waste any paint, and that makes me happier, of course, because no one likes to waste paint. But sometimes I do too. Sometimes I just play around because the bottom line is if you don't play and experiment, then you don't get comfortable with your paints and your canvases, and so that's part of the fun and the joy of painting and doing this is, you know, experimentation. that means you're gonna eventually waste some paint, and that's part of it. And isn't this a crazy beautiful color? We can thank Tara, and we can thank Molly's Artistry, and I think she said Rinska Downa also. So it's just like a color in the history of my channel, in my work. I have never ever used this color anything like it. I can tell you, not anything like this before. I certainly have never custom made a color like this before. That's never happened. So I have a little bit of bubbles, but not a lot. Okay. Yeah, so Amsterdam makes a color, Sheila, like this, and it's just called Amsterdam's grayish blue, and that's the color that this supposedly is. Cheryl, I hope it dries a little bit darker too. Okay, now this might be a little too thick now that I added that other paint. I'm going to have to put a little bit of water in it. My chair is squeaking, y'all. It is tired. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Susie. I like it too. Alright, I'm shaking the whole camera here. Let's just see. Oh my gosh, I never do this. Like, all this negative space to... I have a lot of colors over here too, and that's another thing I was thinking, oh, it would be fun to do a couple of different ones. I need some space. Woo! Gonna get some of these bubbles out because I shook it up with a lot of water just now, so I definitely have quite a few bubbles on here, unfortunately. Rochelle, is it like in the sky? Is this color, is that periwinkle color? Aw. We actually did have sun today. I had to take someone to an appointment at like 5 a.m. Well, I had to get up at 5 a.m. today, so I'm super... I can't believe I'm still just feeling good. I guess it was all the coffee. All the coffee. Okay. Yeah, to make the periwinkle, I took the red from Arteza, crimson red, and I took the ultramarine blue, and I mixed them with white. And the thing is, you just have to keep making sure that there's more blue than white, and that's how you make that periwinkle color. Otherwise, it ends up more reddish, like, you know, reddish, more purpley red. So, did you guys see my live? Those of you who were here last week, I painted for 2 hours. I talked and painted for 2 hours. It was kind of incredible. I want to dig out my... I'm going to grab... I never use a blow dryer, but... I do have one connected, I think. It just might be like I just rarely ever use it because I guess I used to use it more. I don't have one of those things. You know? The things. Let me see if I do have the thing. Oh, I do have one. It just never stays on. It's like I need tape or something. Oh, it's not plugged in. Barely. I don't know, you guys. That paint barely moved. So, I don't know if that's going to happen. Okay, I'm gonna try some of the colors that Tara was suggesting. Man, I can't even remember what those are. I think it was red. But I thought I could always do balloon rolls right here if I needed to. I'm already dripping paint on the white part. How do you keep the white clean? Hi, Veronica. Oh yeah, my paints are not thin at all. So we'll see how this turns out because that was Indian yellow, by the way. This one is way too thick. Let me put some water in it real quick. Hi, Deborah. Moose Crazy, we're gonna do, I don't know what we're doing yet. I was thinking of doing some balloon rolls because really it's too thick for a Dutch pour. It's too thick for a blowout. I wouldn't even call it a Dutch pour because there's so many different pouring mediums mixed with all of this stuff. I have no idea how it will react. If I really wanted to do like an actual Dutch pour, I would mix my paints a very particular way, and that includes making them very thin. So I don't think that this is not going to do it. But I did think, what if I could do some balloon rolls? That would be cool. And what else was there? Oh, gold, bronze. Of course, I'm adding other things that weren't there too, because I'm Heather Mater, and that's what I always do, because I could never do anything exactly. And I wouldn't want to. Tara's pieces are so beautiful. I'm definitely not trying to compete with those because hers are just, yeah, something really special. This was like, I just felt like having an inspiration. I just really needed some inspiration today. I had no idea what I was going to do. And then I'm going to do a little touch of bronze. Hi, Deborah. Yeah, there's no way this will be good for a Dutch pour, and I already knew that. That's why I pretty much know that. But I think this will be fun to try. And I was thinking of doing maybe some balloon rolls and just seeing what happens. Yeah. I don't know. Just because purple and yellow are just so delicious together, aren't they? So pretty. No, I really want to get this out of my way. So this paint tray, it's just, I don't want to knock it over, and I need some room. Here we go. Oh, I know, I thought about, okay, I'll add the turquoise. Moose Crazy, I was thinking the same thing, but also just not wanting to do anything too insane. We got like every color under the sun in there, don't we? Yeah, how was the live over at Tish's? I'm gonna try to cover this up right here. I already dropped some color on there. Okay, for balloon rolls, it would be really nice if I had a balloon already blown up, wouldn't it? But it was one of the things I was trying to do, and then I had technical difficulties, and then so one of the things I'm going to do is just to knock a little bit of the paint off the edges. So I have so much paint going on. We don't want to lose the edge. Woo! I just got paint on my shoulder. We don't want to lose the edge completely, but there's probably too much paint on here really for balloon rolls, but I'm going to try and see. Ooh! Hi, Sharon. So nice to see you. Hi, Darth. Thank you for coming. You know what probably would move my paint is my airbrush. So I don't think. I just don't think this will do it. We could try. If, I don't know, I'm so tempted. I just want to try to see. I just want to try it. Glenda, I do swipes, but man, I've done a swipe on this live like every day, every week for weeks. And I just want to try. But Tara, I know you're saying it's too, I think it's too thick too. Oh gosh. My balloon is very, 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 very sad. See, it's all crunchy and it has stuck paper on it. And I do not know. I can't do it. I have to see. I just have to see, you guys. I have to see if it will at least blow at all and what happens. So maybe this is a good test if your paints are too thick. Very pretty, and it is working on the thick paint. It's kind of crazy, huh? So now all the parts that she usually does with her mouth, I will do with the airbrush because I don't think y'all want to see the top of my head for... It's pretty how that red is just coming out under here. My paint is so thick. It's crazy. I'm kind of shocked that it's working. The Sunburst Yellow is from Primary Elements. I put a lot of different colors of yellow in here. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer to... This is really pretty. I'm really happy I took the chance. You can see how scared I was. I mean, at the worst, I could just scrape it off, right? And that's the worst thing that would happen, then I might as well just try it. Because, see, sometimes you get something really beautiful when you just try something. And I think this is really, really, really pretty. And now if you guys just hang with me for a second, I'm going to just kind of play around with some of these edges. And I am telling you, my paints are not, they are thick. Ooh, I love that. This is the Folk Art Copper. Let me show you. This is the Folk Art Vintage Copper. I love that right there. That is so pretty. Hi, Doris. Pocahontas. Hello. I'm sorry, my mods get so busy. It's nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Okay, that's really, really pretty. I love that. It's perfect. And that texture. Now, these little lines right here, I don't hate them. But maybe I'll just try to, I'll just blow some of this periwinkle over it just a little bit. I don't want to destroy what I have with that vintage copper right there, but I do want to give this more of an organic feel so it doesn't look like it was just, blasted on there. Lee Jones, it's so nice. So nice to see you. I'm so happy you're here. I know you've been wanting to come for a long time. Well, you guys are going to have to go check out Molly's Artistry's version and Pieces of Tara's version. Mine has a lot more colors in it. I chose a lot more colors, but okay. Oh, it is pretty. I am not going to lie. I am pretty happy. And I'm going to do just a couple more little embellish like blows right here. I do like the look of the hand blown ones. The way Rinska does it and Molly does it and everyone else does it actually. I don't know. But I personally cannot lean over that long. For one thing, it kills my back. And for another thing, no one wants to look at my head, the back of my head for that long. Man, it almost makes you feel like you... I feel like I didn't do enough, though, because you know me, I'm always, like, fussing with my paintings and stuff. There's a part of me that's like, could it really be finished? But look how pretty it is. It's just, that's the thing. there is a time to just walk away from your painting. There's a time to try and a time to like push yourself and see what you can do, and then there is a time to just walk away. Question, how long is this going to take to dry? Well, it depends. Like if you are in a really hot environment, this could be dry by tomorrow morning. I noticed that in the summer, these take a lot less time to dry in Oregon, but in the winter, they can take days because we're so humid here. So this could take days and days to dry. Maybe 4 days to fully dry. Now, one thing I was just thinking of, one thing I didn't do. Whoops! I have to kind of have like ultimate control over my airflow right here. One thing I didn't do that I see other people doing, like Molly and Rinska, is they... Now, I'm just generalizing here. I don't watch all of their videos, you guys, so please forgive me. But they put a line of white, and they would have put a line of periwinkle, and then they would have blown, kind of covered it, and then uncovered it. So I don't know why mine worked this way, but it did. I can't... You guys have to follow me on Instagram, because what happens, I'm going to show you this little tiny close-ups that I can't get here on this live that are just, I don't know, that sunburst yellow is so gorgeous. I'm going to see if I can get it up to the camera, but I don't want to drop this painting either. It's just impossible to really capture all that shininess right there. It's just super shimmery, but let me make sure all the sides here are completely covered, and then we can move forward. Thanks for being here, you guys, for my very first kind of like Dutch pour blowout thing. I'm excited that this happened, and I'm glad you were all here to catch it. It's really cool. Wow, this is so pretty. And let me put this up. Just one more little look at that for those of you. I'm so excited. All right, let's do another one. I want to do another one for sure. Well, hold on just a second. You did not freeze up. I'm trying to carve out a place here that's level. I meant to do this earlier, but you know how it goes. Okay. So you know what it makes me wonder is now, what if we added high flow into those? Into that, I was just thinking, if we added some high flow in there, it would probably dendrite and fractal a little bit. Which would be really awesome. It would be really cool. Oh, there was a question back here. Let me see it. How do you keep the thick paint from drying lumpy? Well, How do I keep it from drying lumpy? Well, when I mix the paint, okay, let me say this. My paint might be thick, but I don't leave it thick on the canvas. That's what you do. You don't leave it thick. You don't leave a thick layer of paint on the canvas. You can make your paints fairly thick, but then you have to either tilt them or blow them out. Rochelle, thank you so much for the donation. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So that's the thing, you know. You can make your paints thick, but then when you actually do your canvas, you have to make sure that there's just a very micro thin layer on your actual canvas. So that's the key. Oh, I have no water, and I'm so sorry, but I need some for this to thin out that paint again. Hold on. Okay, this is another, that last one was an 18 by 24. This is another 18 by 24. I think I use an airbrush, and I think those of you who use one, you should maybe talk about what kind of airbrush you use. I just got one that was used, and I do have one in my store that is the one that I recommend. I do recommend one with a I have one with a compressor, and it's a big one. It's a stand one, and thank you so much. Tips I would give young artists. Young artists meaning new artists. Joanne, thank you so much, by the way. Sonia, how cute. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. I appreciate all the support, you guys, for this channel. It really means something to me. Thank you. It's important, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, tips for young artists. I think, you know, we all have what kind of helped us start or whatever, but one thing I would say for sure is don't get discouraged. Start on pieces of paper if you have to. Don't buy the most expensive paints right away, because you want to feel comfortable to just scrape off things, and that's what you want. You want to feel comfortable to do those kinds of things. And you won't. You're not going to feel comfortable to do it if you're scared every moment of scraping off paint. And I know that was something that I kind of dealt with too. When I first started, I was like, oh, this is so expensive, and I just feel like I was just constantly scared of scraping off paint. And I just had to get over it. Once I got over that, I feel like my painting changed. A whole world opened up to me. And yeah, I had to let go of that fear. And that's one thing I would say. Watch your favorite artists. You know, don't be afraid to try stuff on your own. That's another thing. It's great to copy other people at first, and that's how we all learn, but don't forget, this is your work. This is your art. This is your style. It's going to come through you. So change stuff. Use your own colors if you want. It's great to figure out initially, try what someone else did, but don't be disappointed if it doesn't turn out exactly like theirs, because you're you, and you're beautifully, uniquely you, and that's a thing. That's a real thing. And trust me when I tell you, once you start to accept that you're just you, and that's just totally wonderful and okay, you'll feel better about your work. I know for me, it really helped my confidence levels, you know. Lee, you know, thank you, Sharon. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you so much. Lee, I got one from the an old retired cake decorator, and I paid like, I don't know, between $50 and $60 for mine. I got it used. It works great. The one thing it was doing initially was spitting air. That was the only bad part. Or water. It was spitting water on my paintings, and I couldn't figure out why. So I got this little condenser. You can see this little unit is covered with paint right now, but it's in my Amazon shop, this little thing. It collects and traps water droplets that have condensed in the tube. That is amazing. That changed everything for me. So before that, I was trying alcohol inks, and I could never get the inks to dry, and I couldn't figure out why, and man, it was crazy. So that, if you live in a moist environment, you might want to get one of those little condensers, because that works really well. All right, on to the white part. Now, I hope I have enough white paint now. I just used a lot of it. So let me, real quick, find some white paint. I'm just adding all kinds of paint in here. Right now, I just have this Amsterdam. I'm just going to put it in with the rest. There's like Artist Loft and Flow Acrylic, and there's, what else did I have in here? I put Floetrol, water, and paint. And for the white. And like I said, these paints are mixed with so many different things, you guys. They're just leftover paints from, except for the Periwinkle, which is fresh. That's the only thing that's fresh. The needle bent will cause splattering? Oh, okay. See, I learn something every day. Okay. Yeah, the reason that GAC is saying that their pouring medium prevents crazing is because GAC 800 and their pouring medium are almost exactly the same formula. A golden person told me this once. So, oh, Sharon, Moose, and Joanne, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, I appreciate each and every one of you and all the support on the channel. Thank you so much. This is still a little thick. Let me keep adding water here. So that last one was really pretty, and I'm looking at it, and it is still gorgeous. It would be really fun to, I think it'd be really fun to embellish that too. I'm really into embellishing right now, partially because I'm trying to make myself more comfortable with a brush. I really want to get comfortable with a brush so I can really paint. And then use my acrylic pours as part of a background for a painting. Now the other thing I'm doing right here that this is just intuitively tells me, you know how I told you I see the Dutch pour people kind of covering their paint up with the white and then uncovering it by blowing it out? I'm also intentionally leaving a dry spot right here next to each color. I'm doing that because I just kept thinking, well, doesn't it make sense that if it's just a dry spot where I'm adding paint, then there won't be too much paint right there. especially when I want to add all of these colors. So I worked on the last one. We'll see if it works on this one. Like, you know, beginner's luck. Sometimes it works. That last painting would have been total beginner's luck, and this one could be a total disaster. But we're gonna see together what happens. At least I got you all with me. Okay, so now we got the white and the periwinkle on here. And yeah, Chris, you're actually, a lot of you that I've talked to personally, you guys are real painters, and I feel like I'm 2 years a pouring artist, and I'm just starting to figure out how to hold a brush and feel comfortable doing it. It does hurt a little bit, but okay, here we go. I gotta torch the bubbles out of this white. It's quite a lot because I just shook it up with all that water. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys find these helpful, because teaching, I don't know, it's something I've always done. I used to teach flute lessons, and then I taught cooking lessons for a long time because I'm a chef, so it's just something I've always really enjoyed doing naturally. And all right, here we go. I'm gonna do the similar color patterns. What I really would like to try is the greens, because I think that would be really pretty too, but I don't know. Guess I could do like the reds on one, the warm colors on one side and the cool colors on another side. Thank you, Tammy. What am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. Should I do warm and cool? Should I do all the yellows? And well, I'm looking at this other painting. Part of the beauty of the dynamic was all of the colors, the warm colors interplaying over the cool colors. So I'm gonna go with that again, and maybe add a few others in here. Like I said, who knows? I mean, I'm hoping this will work, because it was just a try. And sometimes tries work and sometimes they don't. One thing I do know is a lot of times I'll get a commission for something that I've already done, and I wonder if it's going to work out, but then I have a video. So it's really, I mean, a lot of times I have a video. So I can go and be like, oh, thank goodness I have a video. I can go back and kind of see what I did. Thank you, Lillian. Sandy, nice to see you here. Hi, Darth, if I didn't say that already. Happy Friday, Brenda. Oh, Brenda, you're just getting here? Well, we're gonna see, aren't we? We're gonna see what happens here. Forgive me if I'm just quiet for a minute so I can kind of make sure that I have no idea what layer or what order I put these colors in the last time. I think I put gold. I know. Whoop! I almost dropped that whole cup. I know I did put some gold for sure. Not a ton. Oh, but it is that gold that gave that beautiful sparkle, because I forgot I mixed some of the Prism Pour leftover from last week in. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And then I know turquoise was a pop. I put a little tiny, tiny bit of bronze, right? I think I remember doing that. And let's see, what else did I do? Turquoise, I know, was at the very end. Did I add some of the bright blue? No, maybe? I don't know. I could though. Let's add a little pop of this bright blue on the edge here just to see. So one thing I've never done is the bloom recipe. I know people are really into that too right now. Oh gosh. Okay. And the last thing would be take a little bit of the extra paint off, but because of the shape of these, that's going to be harder to do. Now, for those of you who are just joining, part of the excitement of this thing is, first of all, I have never really done a Dutch pour, which I wouldn't say this is a Dutch pour. I would say this is a blowout, because I didn't follow really like the Dutch pour thing. But, and the second part of this is my paints are really thick, so it was kind of a crapshoot as to whether or not it was going to turn out. So I think that's part of the excitement with this whole thing. Okay, let me move these out of the way. I can't think of any other colors that I forgot. I think I put all of them on there. Oh, I know, one thing I did is I drizzled a little bit of white. Woo. I almost got it in the blue. I did get it in the blue. And the periwinkle, I don't have any more of that color either. Sonia, I put that turquoise right there. I did. The very, very end, I did put the turquoise. Yeah. So I just kind of want to make sure I get some of these sides here that are lacking. Okay. Are you guys ready? Virginia, I'm sorry. I know I'm taking forever. Thank you for coming, though. I appreciate it. And it was nice to see you here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Anne says, do it. Okay. One side. We'll see what gets uncovered with the airbrush too. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, doing a lives are really scary. It really has been very scary for me, to be honest. So sometimes I gotta give myself credit for that too. Alright, let's try this part now. Well, I see some of this pretty stuff developing over here, so let's see what happens. There's definitely some areas I'm not excited about. Let me turn this one around. I'm going to work on the area that's kind of developing all the cells first over here. This part is so pretty. And I'm going to see if I can uncover. Whoop! Definitely something I did in here made green, which did not happen last time. So apparently it really does matter which, you know, the ways in which that you layer everything, you know. Night, Angela. The cells, Winnie, cells appear because you layer paints in a certain way, but using metallics with opaques side by side, whether it's in a pour or a layered cup, or in this case, a blowout, it's the force of the air, for one thing, that causes the cells, but you really do need the metallic paints. I hate this part right here, so I'm gonna try to fix that really quick and see if I can literally I might just take it off. I don't know. I don't even know what's possible because I don't know this technique at all. I'm just gonna see if I can. So I see how this could, like, you just start doing this and then you just keep messing with it and messing with it until you it turns into this is like one of those cases where I almost think simple is best. And this is pretty, but it's not like the other. The other one was like gorgeous to me. Yeah, thank you, Carrie. I'm glad you like it. So, honestly, I probably would scrape this. I know that sounds crazy, right? But I'm not happy. The only part you know what I'm actually probably will do is I adore this right here. I think that is so beautiful. So I'm almost thinking I could scrape a lot of this other paint and do some negative space, some balloon rolls. I don't know. This is probably one that I'll work on off camera just to see what I could do with it. And this painting has some pretty areas, but so yeah, I can see how this would be a challenging art form for sure. And my white paint I think is too thin, so I kept adding water, and now I see like a lot of the patterns are starting to dissipate, but we know it's not because of my colors. My colors are very thick. So it might be, I'll show you next week what I do with this one. I'm going to say good night for now, you guys. I'm going to bring the other painting back over so you get a chance to look at it again, wet. It hasn't really changed much at all. I think this one I just happened to nail the consistency and everything. Look at this one. Very, very, very pretty. Yeah. Very, very pretty. And I hope you guys learned along with me tonight on taking chances. So take a chance. These were colors I would never use in a technique I've never used. So thank you to all of you who supported my channel tonight. Please feel free to support my channel if you'd like to support it. There's a lot of different ways, but visiting my Amazon shop is one way you can do it without any cost to you. And watching videos. Please watch videos. Thank you so much to all of you. Every Friday, 5 Pacific Standard Time live, I'm here. And I enjoy each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Toodaloo. Toodaloo. I'm going to show you my favorite part before we go. Look at that. Love you too, guys. Please come again. See you next week. Thanks so much. Good night.